EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
53, 53. Here we go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
In your face.
Back to throw. Gary. He's got Adams on the hookup. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Red, 8, read. It's game situation. Let's go. Ready.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Now, that's a great play defensively, and one thing we do know, both of the corners are going to face a lot of action in this game, whether that offense likes to fling it around.
The safeties, they better be ready to be engaged as well. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Gary. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken near the 13. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Looking to throw on second down. Gary throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Gary. That's complete. It's Collins. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover.
Let's go.
I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Back, chopper.
On first down, Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Off play action. Gary. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? They'll come out in the pistol.
Mike. Tackles.
Now Jones. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. It's second and goal back to the 8-yard line now. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Down, 50, clear, 53. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They hate it. Y'all playing the wrong football. Let's go.
From the gun on third down. Gary to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him at just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, set. Check back to left. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
First down at the 38-yard line.
Hatch it. Check. Fresno.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's it.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
He'll drop to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Watch the curl.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Ready? Wait. I got. Mike 12. Watch the screen. Watch the scope. Mike 12.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Robinson's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Robinson. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check back 12. Ready, go.
2nd and 3. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on now. Mike 12. Let's go.
2nd and 6. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Out. 66. Bullet.
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Jumper.
Operating from the gun, Gary. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you.
2nd and 5. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
You ain't going nowhere. Check Mike 12. Mike 12. Hey, let's get off the field, D.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Tight end to flip it. Move. 3 down. Look slow. Army.
2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Under 10, 61. Matchbox, right.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On third down, Gary. Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Ready. 53 at the mic.
Looking to throw. Gary. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point up and good, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. He'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 59 yards. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Here we go. 6 yards. I got you. Order. 12. Mike 12. All day.
They'll look to throw here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Off the play fake. Gary. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Back to throw. Gary. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Gary. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. He finds Robinson, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Yeah, the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Yeah. 12's the mic.
They're going to look to throw. It's complete to Robinson. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just
got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Mecole Hardman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Check. 36, 35, 64, weak.
To throw on second down, Gary. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to to take over at the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Completes it to Hardman. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. His throw incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Next the score, Bears 31, Packers 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gary got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
First down.
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
No. 80 weapon. 80 weapon. Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Gary. Man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Here we go.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
53. Watch the pass. 22 check bomber. 22 check bomber. Ready.
Back to throw. Gary. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Now Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. Let's go, baby. Let's hit this. Get that ball. Let's get that ball. Hey, check Mike 11.
2nd and 11. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
We got 4.
He'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up to Miller. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Back to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On 1st and 10, Gary. He finds an opening past the 40. That's complete. It's Collins. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. General. Max. Ready.
On fourth down, Gary. On the crossing route, complete. That's Collins. And he's taken down inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. From the gun, Gary. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29. To throw again, Gary. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kaiser White, and nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20, 10, and they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
The score, Bears 38, Packers 10.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Gary setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
50, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Ready, go.
Second and 15. Room to run past midfield. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. On first down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of legs.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set, hut, 60 outlaw. Watch time. Tight end rush.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were booed.